Hello all, and welcome back to a second episode of Sparrow Sculpt. I'll be your host, Tanner Thomas. As you can see behind me, we have a different setup for a new insert that we recently got so the mugs could always be used even regardless of the material you have for them. Well, give or take. And in this episode, I'll be showing you how to import any photo document and turn it into an SVG file so that you too could maybe have your favorite comic, anime, cartoon, or even a photo of yourself on your mug. Alright, now without any further wait, let's show you how you can make a mug of your own. For the sake of our example, we're going to use the same picture that we ended up using for the mug we've shown you earlier. And you can select any photo, image, document on your computer, whether it be PNG, JPEG, etc., just as long as it's a photo document. Next, we need to select whatever part of the image you want to see on the mug, or if you want all of it, you can select all of it, but for the sake of our example, we're just going to crop the very specific piece that we used on the mug we've shown you earlier, and you save it as a new image. We're going to use the free SVG converter site to convert our image into a black and white image. Once we get to the site, we will upload the picture that we made earlier. And for the sake of making the mug that we showed you earlier, we're going to select inverted number 4. Because that's what we ended up using to create the mug you saw earlier. Though you could choose any number you believe will look best for you. This is just our recommendation. Next, we will capture the image. And then we're going to save this as yet another new image. Which we had already done in advance.
Okay.
Once you make this, we take the image that we made earlier in the free SVG converter site and upload it onto Paint. Once we do that, for the sake of getting the same image that we have on the mug we've shown you earlier, we're going to add the name to the picture. However, also while you're in the Paint program, you can choose to get rid of any parts of the image you do not like seeing. Like, for example, for our image, we didn't like some of these extra dark marks that weren't really connected to the picture or shading, and we decided to get rid of them for the sake of a nicer picture. Next, we also added the name of the person in the image. And then we just save it. Lastly, we're going to use the online image vectorizer site to convert our newly created image into an SVG file. To arrive on the site, we just click on upload an image or upload images, and then we just select the image we created when we were in the Paint program. As you can see, we have the name and all the desired edits in place, and now we choose to remove all the dark space in the image. That way we have an outline sunk into the material for our mug later. So essentially all the white space that you see in the mug the white part of the image, will be extending out of the mug, whereas the dark parts will be sunk in, creating the appealing image you saw earlier. Next, we download the image, and once we save it onto our computer, we are ready to use it to create the mug on our site. Okay, now let's actually use our site. First, we need to log in. Next, we just sign in for the use of the program. Next, we go to the Coffee Mug app tab in the possible choices to the left. Next, we go to the Advanced tab in the center top of the screen. And for the example, or just to match the example we've shown earlier, we're going to have no handle and use steel for the inner material. And now we just click Apply Changes to get the display to show in the center of the screen. Next, you can see this new set of things to do on the right. Starting from the top, we have SVG file where we can select from a list of preset objects that you can put onto your mug. For the sake of our example, we're going to put a tortoise here. Alright, now let's actually put an object on here. We have the tortoise, and you can tell that the object is selected when the object is green. As you can see, we've clearly got it green. So we have it selected. Now we can change the position of the object, but for our example we don't really want to do that because changing the object's position could either allow you to put it inside the mug, leave it on the mug, or just have it extend outside of the mug, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. Next, we have the we'll come back to rotate around later, but for now we're going to work on the scale. That pretty much just allows us to enlarge the object. So if you want it to occupy more space, it could. Next we have thickness. Thickness increases the line thickness of the object. Object rotation is another interesting possibility if you want it. Essentially, for the object's center of rotation, it could stick outside or inside the mug depending on how you want to bend it. As you can see here, we have the object rotated about 35 degrees. So its head is sticking out in the front of the mug and inside the mug. But again, for our example, we don't want that, so we'll just click Reset Object. For now, we're going to deselect the object. Or I guess we should do bend angle. So we're going to select the object again to show you what bend angle does. It will look kind of similar to object rotation, except, well, let's just say the changes are a little more pronounced. We're going to apply the bend. Yeah, it's pretty much curved around the outside and inside. Obviously, we're going to reset the object, but now you know what bend angle and object rotation do. Object rotation rotates the object, bend angle kind of forces the object to curve. Now we're going to deselect the object for now because we're going to upload another photo. Yes, that's right, the photo from earlier. Because, again, we're going to end the episode by having, well, displayed the same mug we've shown you earlier. Plus, this allows us to explain what rotate around does, which, as you can see, it allowed us to rotate the newly uploaded picture off of the tortoise we uploaded earlier. Alright, for the sake of speeding through the video a little bit more, we uploaded the last two objects that we would need to have the mug we've shown you earlier. As you can see, we still have the uploaded photo, the tortoise, but now we've added the heart and the Chinese characters for Taiwan. Next, well, we just need to click the download in the bottom corner in that region we talked about in the last video, and then we just click download file, which should appear in the top of your screen, which, as you can see, it did. Next, we want to save the file. It auto selected that, so we then click OK. Alright, that concludes this video, at least for the program, but I forgot to mention that for now you can get this mug or any mug using any of these features, even uploading your own photo, for free, limited time only. Well, now you know how to make a mug with any picture you'd like. So, what are you waiting for? Go out there and make yours. I got mine.